Welcome to the very first show of Lord Have Mercy. That's kind of a southern thing to say. Lord have mercy. A lot of people say that, but I'm talking to you and I'm coming to you from the point of view of someone who has the gift of mercy. And this is a show where I'm going to answer your questions. Now, Kevin, a friend of mine, a Facebook friend of mine from Oklahoma, asked the question, is the gift of mercy the same as being an empath or being psychic? So we're going to look at that a little bit today, and it's because it's a good question. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. You know, you've got so many podcasts that you can choose from, just thousands and thousands of podcasts that you can choose from, but you chose to watch this. And I just want you to know how thankful and how grateful I am for that. The gift of mercy. Let's look at that for a second. If you are a Christian, if you are a believer in Christ, then having the gift of mercy is a little different than being an empath. An empath, a person who's empathetic, who picks up on the feelings of others, is a cool thing to be. But, you know, as a Christian, there are several different spiritual gifts that the Lord gives us, and empathy is one of those parts of the gift of mercy. You've got the gift of teaching, you've got the gift of prophecy, just a whole bunch of those. But my particular gift is the gift of mercy. It has lots of different facets to it. Some people, I have a friend of mine who has the gift of mercy. She even says that she doesn't really know if it's a gift or not. You know, as a child, as a small child, I was picked on my whole life. Even now, you know, I started out saying as a small child, but even now, I get picked on for being too sensitive. There was a long time in my life when I thought being sensitive was a bad thing. You know, I spent a lot of time with heartache and a lot of time with the reaction of things that were going on around me would just impact me, you know, even as a small child. One of the earliest signs that I had the gift of mercy, and really one of the earliest signs of my being so sensitive, came as a very young child. It was a big thing back in the South to watch hee-haw growing up. I don't know if many of you even know what hee-haw is, but watching hee-haw was a TV show, and it was kind of a skit show, similar to Saturday Night Live for country folks, for, you know, Southern people. And I remember this one skit where these guys were all laid out and they had their moonshine and they were singing gloom, despair, and agony on me, and they'd go, whoa, and they'd wail and cry. The second part was deep, dark depression and excessive misery. Oh, they just holler, you know. And as a small child, I'm talking 2 and 3 years old, I would sit in front of the TV and I would well up with tears, and I would look at my mom and I would feel so sad for those guys that were so upset. Yeah, and it happens to me now. There's a song that we just came through the Christmas season, and I would hear this particular song at work, and it was called Driving Home for Christmas. And that song, when it would come on, and it's not a sad song. There are lots of Christmas songs that are sad, but this one wasn't. But there's something about the song hit me and hits me, and it would just instantly make me, sensitive, make me feel very melancholy. There's a song by Steve Taylor called Violet Blue. And when Violet Blue comes on, I don't know why. It's not a sad song, but it's just something about who I am as a person, being sort of sensitive, that certain things just hit me in a certain way. Yeah, that's just who I am. But the question was, is it the same as being an empath or a psychic? That question comes because people who are empaths will talk about and will share their experiences with having this connection, this instant understanding of where someone's coming from and how they're feeling and what they're going through. Sometimes even without them saying anything. And it is very, I can see how it can be taken that way. I can see that. In my in my life, first of all, it's not psychic at all. In my life, the gift that God's given me, it's almost like an antenna that he's put inside my heart that allows me to be able to pick up on the frequency of other people's emotions and feelings and thoughts. I had a good friend of mine that came to see me. It's the first time I've had someone stay in my house in a long time, a couple of years. And he came to see me, and he has an emotional support dog. This dog is trained to be able to recognize when he's about to have some sort of episode to warn him of it. And it will pick up on things and then warn him so that he can be prepared and know what to do. And as strange as it sounds, it's very similar to what goes on in the life of someone with the gift of mercy. The gift of mercy is an antenna inside of me that allows me to pick up on what's going on with people around me. And many times, I work in sales, so in many times I'm able to take that, spin it, turn it around, and take a customer who's coming at me really angry, real distraught, very upset, and help them to smile and leave happy. Same for, ministry. Whenever I've been in ministry for the years that I've been here, it's the same kind of thing. People come to me, they have issues. I've been told my whole life, you're real easy to talk to. I'm able to really open up to you. That's part of it, because you're able to focus into and being able to throw back and say, I'm feeling this, I'm hearing this, I'm hearing you say this. And when you do that, they're like, wow, I didn't even think of that. Similar to how that dog is able to recognize in that man before something happens, it's very similar to that. Very similar to that. So anyway, I say all of that to say that it is not psychic. It is a gift that God's given me to be able to tune into the feelings and thoughts and atmosphere of what's going on. It can be very difficult of a gift, because there are times whenever it overwhelms me. There are times whenever I come home and I feel like I have all this stuff weighted on my shoulders, and I don't know what to do with it. I spend a lot of time in prayer and asking God to help those people and help me, because when something's going on with someone else, I feel it. When someone else is hurting, when someone else is going through pain, I feel it. And so Kevin, the gift of mercy, and this particular podcast, Lord have mercy, is going to be one where I answer your questions, where if I see I pick up on something that I think we want to talk about, we're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about it through the eyes of someone who has the gift of mercy. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. And, it's okay. I want to finish by saying it's okay to be a sensitive person. I know a lot of you out there are. I've talked with a lot of you who are. And it's okay. It's okay. I had to get this out so fast. I wouldn't even have time to light my candles and everything that I normally do. But I just wanted to say to you, and I wanted to encourage you, to let you know that it's all right to be who God made you to be. And if you're one of those who does have the gift of mercy, you feel empathy, or you're an empathetic person, then consider yourself blessed. And I want to help you and help other people around me to see what God is doing in their life too. So that's part of what it is. So anyway, be who God made you to be. God bless you. And I love you. And until we see you again, go give them heaven.